So you know what you asked, what are low-cost marketing techniques? I think that's the wrong question. I often say that service to humanity is man's greatest work in life. We get back in direct proportion to what we give to the universe. But you got to give if you want to get. That's the law. If you're doing marketing right, it's not a cost, it's an investment. It's an investment that has a return, an ROI. This goes kind of to that same point of people asking what's your advertising or marketing budget. I think that's the dumbest idea in business, is to have a marketing budget per se. What does that mean? Are you saying that if your marketing is working and your company's growing and you're getting new customers, that you would only spend a certain fixed amount of money on that? That doesn't even compute with me. It's like, as long as it's working, why wouldn't you just keep doing more of it? So I look at business growth and investing in or in buying customers as an investment process that's going to have some sort of a fixed cost to it that's going to have a return on that money. And if it's not working that way, then you need to change what you're doing. Either change the type of marketing, change the marketing message, change the people you're targeting, something like that. But asking for low-cost marketing is the wrong question. I think the better question is, what is the most efficient form of marketing that gets the best return on investment? That's different. And so when you think about, there's a lot of things you could do to grow your business. You could go out there and start what we call spray and pray marketing, where you spray advertising messages all over the world and pray that some of it brings in some customers and you can pay your bills next month. Or you can know your numbers and have the facts, and then have a measurable way to bring in clients at a fixed cost. That's the most efficient. If you were in a race, and you're driving down the track, and your temperature gauge was going like this, and your RPM, your tachometer was going like this, and maybe even your compass was going like this, and your fuel gauge was going like this, bouncing, how could you possibly know what you should do next to effectuate a win? How do you do that? So you got to know your numbers, and the best way is to operate based on known factors and predictable factors. It's one of the things that we do with our digital ventures team from Harbor City, is that we solve that problem for businesses that are looking for a predictable, reliable way to grow their company. Instead of that hope and pray marketing idea, or instead of the bouncing gauges idea of growth, they can know exactly what's working, exactly what it's going to cost them to get a new prospect. We help walk them through that process. That's one of the biggest value adds for an early conversation with myself or a member of our team, is that you're going to come away from that conversation knowing what it costs you to get a client or a prospect, what your conversion rate is, by extension, what it's currently costing you to get a lead, and or what you can afford to spend to get a lead or a customer or prospect. And you're going to know what the lifetime value is. And so once you know those numbers, then you can put together a plan for growth. And I often say, and it's probably like beating a dead horse, but it's, if you could go to a well and put a $10 bill in the well and drop it down in the well, in the bucket, and pull it back up and there's a $20 bill there, how many times would you be willing to put a $10 bill in the bucket and drop it down? It would be endless. It wouldn't be like, oh, my budget is $100. I'll only do this 10 times. No, you just keep putting $10 bills in there, or putting 20s in there and hoping that they're coming back up with something even bigger. So it's an investment. It's not a cost. So you've got to change that paradigm in your head of thinking that marketing costs you. Marketing does not cost you. Marketing is an investment of the business. And that's one of the reasons, if your accountant or your person that's handling your numbers for you, they should be separating that out as a cost above all your expenses, or as a line item above your expenses. You should have your revenue, and then you should have cost of goods, but you should also have cost of marketing or cost of sales separated out as a separate item, because that item is not an expense. It's an investment in the growth of the business. It's completely different. It's correlated to the kind of profits that you're going to generate. So once you know that, hey, I'm going to generate a customer at $500 a piece, and I know that it takes me 10 conversations to get a sale, then you know that a lead is right now, whether you like it or not, a lead is right now costing you $50 just by default, 500 divided by the 10. And so a lead is worth or costing $50. Well, then if you talk to somebody like us at Digital Ventures and you say, hey, I want to grow the business, I need to 2x or 3x or 10x my company or whatever over the next 90 to 120 days or 12 months or 36 months. I'm on target for an IPO. I need to be at these numbers. I need to be hitting this particular run rate. We can help you reverse engineer and figure out what those numbers are, and we can figure out what is the most efficient, not the lowest cost, but the most efficient way to get those customers or clients and market your business and get new business in the door.
Enjoy more exclusive content, plus get free bonuses at jpmaroney.com/VIP.